Hey all, Will from TwiinSticks here. Should you buy a Nintendo Switch OLED in 2024? You've probably got an LCD Switch lying around somewhere if you've clicked on this video and you're thinking, well, with the rumoured Switch 2 on the horizon, is it worth me upgrading? Well, I'm here to answer that question in this video, so stick around to the end when we come to a final decision. First, let's start with what you get in the box. The box is a little different from the LCD Switch. It's red and more square shaped, and honestly it feels like unboxing a premium phone rather than a games console. Nintendo did a really good job here. In terms of what you get the Joy-Cons, the dock, the HDMI, the power block, and of course, the OLED Switch itself. You'll also get these handle things, but they sort of ruined the aesthetic of the shot, so I didn't include them. How it differs and how it's the same from the normal Switch. Let's talk about the most obvious difference, the OLED screen. The Switch OLED has a gorgeous 7-inch OLED display, which means you're getting deeper blacks and richer colours, and a more vibrant image overall. This is especially noticeable in games with dark scenes or vibrant colours. The original Switch on the other hand has a 6.2-inch LCD display. It's still a good screen, but it doesn't quite compare to the pop of the OLED. The colours are a little less vibrant. Another big difference between the two big models, and a difference that I didn't think would matter but I found myself using all the time and being super grateful that I had, is the kickstand. The Switch OLED has a wider, more adjustable kickstand, which makes it more comfortable to play in tabletop mode. The original Switch's kickstand can be pretty flimsy at times, and I often found myself pushing on the left and it falling over. The Switch OLED also has a bigger battery life than the original Switch. Nintendo claims that you can get up to 9 hours of gameplay in a single charge. I have never once got 9 hours of gameplay out of a single charge, so I don't know what game they were playing. Maybe it was some black and white chess game. It's more about 5 to 7. Now, probably the most important question you need to ask yourself before buying a Switch OLED in 2024 is how it differs from the Steam Deck, and is it better for me than a Steam Deck? If you're a fan of handheld gaming, you've probably been tempted by a Steam Deck at this point. There's loads of other handheld PCs on the market, but we're just going to focus on the Steam Deck. For me, the OS is the most optimized and the most comparable to the Switch. It's a dedicated handheld gaming device. There are other handhelds out there, but they're more like portable PCs with controllers strapped on the side, and I don't think they're quite at the stage of the pick up and play nature that compares to the Switch. I'm just going to come out and say it. For me, the Nintendo Switch is better than the Steam Deck OLED. For me. It fits in my life better. I'm lucky enough to have a PC and a PS5. Plus I work from home, so when I'm not in the house, I just want something I can grab and go. I want something I can easily wake from sleep mode when I have 5 minutes to spare. I want something that I don't really feel that awkward about pulling out on public transport. I want something that I don't have to worry about the battery life. I want something that I can put into sleep mode properly. For me, when I can game, I want the easiest possible experience, and a Nintendo Switch OLED wins every time in that category. Chapter 4. Nice to haves. We've already spoken about the main attraction of the Switch OLED. It's the OLED screen. But I'd like to shout out smaller things that aren't reasons to upgrade on their own, but they make having the Switch OLED a nicer package. The great looking white Joy-Cons and dock, which is again a small thing, but if you own a PS5, they look great side by side. The built-in Ethernet port, which is not something that I really use, but I imagine if you're super into Super Smash Bros, it'd be something you'd be really grateful for. Finally, the bump in internal storage is always welcomed, even with the price of micro SD cards being as cheap as they are these days. If you're anything like me, then upgrading to the Switch OLED presents a unique opportunity to revisit your favourite games with stunning visuals. Take for instance Super Mario Odyssey, a masterpiece that redefined the 3D platform genre. The vibrant OLED screen brings the Mushroom Kingdom to life with the deeper blacks, richer colours and more vibrant overall image. Now to answer the question you clicked on this video for. Is it worth upgrading to the Switch OLED in 2024? Yes, if you can give away or sell your original LCD Switch, and yes, if the Steam Deck, like me, doesn't really fit in your life. If the Steam Deck does fit in your life, or you're happy with the LCD Switch because the reasons I've mentioned don't really light your soul on fire, then I think the LCD Switch is fine. However, if you're in the camp where your Switch has been gathering dust since the release of the Steam Deck, then no, I don't think it's worth it. I'm always on the lookout for new Switch games to play, and this year has been an absolute banger for AAAs and indies. If there's something I should pick up on the Switch, let me know in the comments down below and I'll try and check it out on this channel. If you're still around, thanks so much for making it to the end of the video. I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers in the next 3 months, and this is the first sort of games console tech review I've done, so if you did like it, consider subscribing.